Good, good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Mulder, and once again, I am with one of my best friends, the one, the only attorney Jaime. Hola, ¿cómo está, hermano?
How are you, my friend? Long time not seeing you. Love to be here
Oh,
again.
yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, I hear you've been very busy the last few weeks. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, yes, yes. I asked for more work and it came just like rain.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah.
guess.
Been traveling a lot.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I was telling you off the air. I'm gonna. I got everything planned here to travel over to Mexico, take care of some legal business, which you and I are working on. And I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, the last time I was down there, I really didn't get a chance to see like the real Mexico. I mean, all I got to see was the tourist part. You know what I mean? They take you on a tour, and it's not the real Mexico. I want the real Mexico. I want to be able to, sit there at a cafe, eat authentic Mexican food, drink authentic Mexican tequila, and
Oh, you
yeah.
know, I have nothing to do with the company I'm going to run you, but if you try the mezcal name, oh my God, I just forgot the name. Oh my God,
um,
I will get the name in a second. I
oh,
tried
no
that.
worries.
I tried this mezcal is just amazing, man. Just
Oh
amazing.
yeah, yeah. I love mezcal. You got and I'm sure you have the worm in the bottom of the bottle and all that good stuff, right? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Uh, yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about that worm. Oh boy. It, yeah, if you ever eat a worm out of a bottle of mezcal tequila, all I gotta say is you might want to set aside half a day to recover
Yes,
because it's gonna mess you up.
and
But
let me show you.
Go
Let
ahead.
me show you a picture. You're gonna love it.
Okay, go ahead.
This is from Chichen Itza. So if every time you came to Mexico and you go to Merida, you're gonna want to those this place. I don't know if you see
Go
it.
ahead. I've been there. I've
It's
been
just
there.
an amazing place. It's a big pyramid here. Just amazing place to be.
Right. That's what was it? Chichihuacan? Is that how you pronounce
Ch-
that?
Chichen Itza.
Okay, okay.
It's where
Yeah, I
it's
was
where the
there.
Mayans are.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've been
it's
there. Yeah, yeah. That place is amazing. You know, those Mayans, they were brilliant,
they were.
absolutely brilliant. Number one, they knew the speed of sound. They knew the speed of
Yep.
sound because the acoustics that are involved in those, like that pyramid, like where you can clap your hand and you'll hear the echo, and it sounds just like the chirping of a bird, like a sacred bird to the Mayan people.
The Quetzal.
Or, oh yeah, and I saw the plate or the ball field, where they would, I guess they had like a
Yes.
rubber ball. It's like soccer. They
Rubber
had
ball.
to kick
Yes.
it through the. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, these people were brilliant, and one thing I noticed, the tour guide said they had no metallurgy, no
No,
metals. They built
not
all of
at
that
all.
with no metals.
There were
Incredible.
just there were just amazing guys. Very
Oh
intelligent.
yeah, oh yeah, highly intelligent. I mean, these people were just absolutely freaking brilliant. But yeah, I mean that. And see, that's the real Mexico. And there's another place I went to. It's like you're going into a jungle, and then you walk through this little breezeway, and it's like all these old temples. It's right off the coast. It's
Oh yes.
right from the ocean. What's the name of that
Tulum.
place?
Tulum.
Oh,
Tulum.
okay, yeah, Tulum. Yeah, I was there. I saw that place, and I mean, the architecture, what these
It's just
people did
insane.
was oh, it's insane. These people were incredible, absolutely brilliant. I mean, just and my question is, where did they go? What
Well,
happened?
you know something really, really interesting about it. I have a guide there, and
Hmm.
the actual guide was a Mayan. He was a Mayan, and he
Hmm.
told me how his family lived there and what they do for living, all the stuff. And basically, they're still there. The Mayans are still there. They were not disappeared. It's really funny because they talk their own dialect, and they
Hmm.
actually take out the Spanish out of their dialect. So
Hmm.
they don't. They are very selfish, if you want to go that word, about their origins. So they want to keep themselves as close as they can. and
Right.
they're just amazing. I mean, they were just very intelligent guys. Something again new is because it's the jungle and it's really very heat. You have a lot of heat there. It's very rainy.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't walk during the day from city to city. So
Uh-huh.
they walk in the afternoons or the night. So there were no heat and no rain.
Right.
So this was easy to walk. And the way they run is they use salt and something called cal and something else. I don't know the other name of the other mixture. So they mix everything and they make these pathways that were white. So
Ah.
during the day, they charge with the sunlight, and in the night, they bright. So they don't need night to walk, they only need the moonlight, and they can walk one city to another city in the night, and the pathway was already lighted up. Just amazing.
Wow.
Intelligent
Incredible.
guys. Very
Oh
intelligent
yeah.
guys.
Oh yeah, brilliant. I mean, I kid you not. It's amazing. You really have to be there to appreciate it. You have to see it for yourself in person. I mean, pictures do not do these places
No.
justice.
Yes, you need to do that to make justice. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, and I think it was a movie maybe 10 years ago. It's called Apocalypto. I think was the
Oh,
name
very
of
good.
it by Mel Gibson.
Yes. Mel
Yeah,
Gibson.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it was talking about the pyramid and how they were doing all the sacrifices and whatever. And it's just wow. And when we go there, you can feel the energy. You can feel the energy coming off that pyramid. It's
Yes, yes, yes.
incredible.
You feel it. You feel it. That
Oh,
pyramid is just insane. I mean, the energy it's show off and do it's just insane. Just insane.
oh
How you
yes.
feel.
Oh, exactly, exactly. But anyway, Jaime, like I said, I have I made a new friend on the other side of the world, and they're having a legal issue. And I promised her that I would talk to you about this on the air, seeing as you are an actual attorney and you work with radionics. And what I want to ask, I mean, just kind of keep things simple. As an attorney, if you're trying to win a case in a courtroom or to sway the judge and the jury in favor of your client, how would you do this radionically? What would you do with the machine to set it up for to win a case or for the court to be favorable to your client?
Well, there are two things I need to do and I'm gonna do.
Go ahead.
First, I think I use well, there are three things I use from you. One is the war machine,
Mm-hmm.
and I usually use the war machine to go against the prosecutor. I'm usually a defendant, so usually my enemy is the prosecutor.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do with the war machine, let me go for one and bring it to share it more vivid. Give me a second.
Oh yes, please take your time. Take your time. Yeah, this man has quite a few of my instruments, and he is very well versed in the use of these instruments. And like I said, when I first met Jaime, yeah, he was easy to get a hold of. You could call him any day. Now, because of using these machines, his business has increased so much. It takes me like a week and a half, 2 weeks to track this gentleman down.
There we go, my friend.
All
So
right, let's do
so for the
it.
war machine, what I do, I usually when I have your machines,
hmm
well, what I do is here on the copper plate, I put the image of the justice. Okay. And I do that when I know I'm going to be real honest because I defend people that's innocent, but I also defend people that's not innocent. I mean,
Right.
that's my work. I have to be
That's
honest,
your
and
job.
that's how it works. That's how it works. Now I have to find the best solution for the problem. I want.
Right.
I also have a family, and I want to eat. Okay. So
hmm
if my client is innocent, what I do is I put here the image of the justice. Okay.
Okay.
And here for the prosecutor, I put the prosecutor image here. So
Uh-huh.
I ask for justice, but not for my client. I ask for justice for the case. So if I know the prosecutor is the one that's doing bullshit,
Right.
I go for him. Okay, that way. So
Right.
I'm not asking for something wrong about the prosecutor. Okay, if the case is solid, it's okay. I ask for justice, and who is the target? the prosecutor. That was one
Hmm.
thing. If my client is innocent. Now, second option, my client is not innocent. Uh, and I want to tell you something. Every client is innocent until they stop paying the lawyer's fees. They're all innocent. They're all innocent.
Of course.
So when my client is not innocent, what I do there, then I go for the prosecutor name and I put it here,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
or a picture of him. And also in Mexico, there is a figure called there is a advisor. Okay, they work together. The particular advisor and the prosecutor, they work together. So I try to put them both here, and after that, I start wishing for the loss of confidence. Okay, so they start like trembling in the hearing, forgetting what they need to do, messing around. So I start for wishing that something happens so they don't arrive at the hearing, or they are too obfuscated to think right, to think straight. That's what I do with
Hmm.
it, with this baby.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you throw them off balance. Yes.
Yeah. Now in the other part we have this.
Yes.
So this is for my results. So I usually, what I put here, what I can do is put the name of the judge in the machine, or the judge that's going to follow the trial, if I know who is going to be that. And again, I ask if my client's innocent, I just ask for justice. But there are two different ways, because one is that the judge rule in favor, that will be the justice for my client. And the other
Hmm.
kind of justice is that the prosecutor doesn't do not mess around with the proofs they have, or don't invent proofs, or they conduct themselves as they should be.
Right.
Uh, Also, what I do with this one is I usually ask for the hearing to be ruled in my favor. Literally,
Hmm. Hmm.
I there's a sigil I like a lot, and that sigil is for to have a strong voice command, a strong way of convincing the people. So when you talk, the people hear you. They really hear what you are talking about, and they put attention. So that's basically with the last with this machine.
Hmm.
Um, I don't ask to have a positive case. I really ask for the judge to hear my voice and understand what I'm telling her.
Hmm.
Why? Because you cannot win all the cases, being honest. You cannot win everything around.
Right.
But you can persuade the judge to hear what you are talking about. And if you have a not a strong case, but something that's really nicely done, you have everything under you're showing up everything. And on the other hand, the prosecutor is not doing a good job, is stumbling, it's doing bad. Um, you can have all your odds in the favor. So that's basically what I do with these two babies. I usually put them both of them. Um, Sometimes I also what I do is I look for some judicial precedents also. Like I don't know, example, it's a fraud case, and another fraud case has been won like A, B, C, or D. I look for that precedent, and I put the precedent number on the machine, trying
Okay.
to emulate that same situation in the case. So the judge has an image, or has read that precedent and says, okay, that's the same precedent, so I can rule in A, B, C, or this favor.
I follow you. Yes.
So that's what I do with these two babies, and I have a third baby. You sell me, of course, and you make for me. It's the laser, the trigger point, but I have that in
Yeah, yeah,
my
yeah. The radionic wand.
yes, but I have that in my
Yes.
office. So I usually have that. It's not this one, but it's something like this,
Super.
more or less.
Hmm.
It has a small trigger here, an infrared part in the upper part. So what I
Correct.
do usually is I put it on my pocket.
Hmm.
And when I'm sitting down, because you stand it up in Mexico, you stand up, you have here in the pocket. So I
Hmm.
usually put my hand in the pocket. I sit that, and when I'm sitting down, I look for the judge, and I press the button, and I ask for to be heard. Like I want the judge to hear me really well,
Hmm.
and I point it to
Right.
the judge. That's basically what I do with the three stuffs when I go to
Right.
hearing, and that's how it works. It has given me very good results, I can tell you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you've told me about it before in the past. I mean, some of the things that you've done for your clients, you said you've never seen it before in your life, the results that it would get. Because apparently the judge would, I think you told me in Mexico, bail, they don't really give you bail depending on the crime. You actually have to be detained until the trial is over. Is that correct?
Some cases, yes, that happen a lot.
It depends on the case of what kind of crime you've been accused of. What I understand, and you told me that you were able to get a guy basically out of jail until the trial.
Yeah,
Normally he said it's incredible, and so I mean that's what I'm saying. People think, oh, this is a bunch of crap. It doesn't work. Well, I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Me personally, my success rate with these machines is 80% plus. In other words, at minimum, I get about 8 out of 10 things that I'm using these machines for come to pass, become reality. 8 out of 10. As far as I'm concerned, that is far, far.
yes, incredible
That's
far.
not chance. Yeah, that's not chance. That's beyond chance. And and again, that's the thing too. Inside my country or whatever, there's a lot of people that really, justice is a big thing here because I've noticed that the people that should be in prison, they get out of, the charges are dropped. The people who did nothing, who basically did not commit any violent crimes, did not commit fraud on anybody or whatever. These people were spending 10 to 20 years in prison, federal prison, for doing nothing,
Yep.
just following their constitutional rights of assembly, and that was it. And because they're at the wrong place at the wrong time, even though they're completely innocent, they're being made examples of, and they put them in, and they just put them in prison to try to strike fear into everybody else, and it's just insane. And what you've shown right there, anybody can do, and
Yes,
anybody
it's
could
really
turn,
easy.
anybody could. Oh yeah, exactly. And the case, again, I don't want to go into any detail because of, to maintain confidentiality of my client, but what's going on there is insane. And I want to do everything I can to help this person and to make sure they have the edge when they go into court. And because it's just I don't like injustice, and I know you don't either. That's the reason why you became an attorney. And one of the reasons, besides making a paycheck, I mean,
Yes,
you're there to protect your client. You're there to make sure that they have a fair trial, and then they get and they have good results, and you're able to get them out of the charges or what have you. And like I said, I hate seeing this kind of thing happening to anybody. And I am glad that we're able to give them a way to equalize the odds, a way to give them the advantage in court. And and I thank you for that.
well,
Let's see.
well,
Another thing
if
too.
you
Go ahead.
well, you said just very important. You want to have any odds in your favor. I mean, anything else can't. In my case, I'm criminal lawyer, so I'm dealing with the liberty of the people.
Hmm.
And that's basically on your life the most important thing you can have just after life.
Hmm.
So to have any kind of odds in your favor, it's just amazing. It's
Hmm.
just
Oh
amazing.
yeah,
And
yeah,
uh,
exactly.
and what I was going to tell you is you have so much. I don't know if this is like a effect you have with the machines, radionic. They work, they don't work. I don't know how to explain it. But when you go to court, knowing you do this, you enter to court so more secure. It's this weird thing. Once I learned, I was reading about radionics, and basically what they do is they change all these small circumstances in life, and they put it all together that suddenly they crack, they just work. And basically something like that is this. I mean, when you do all this stuff, you enter to the court knowing that you have the odds in your favor. that makes you more relaxed, more
Yeah.
smart when you talk. And that's basically what the machines are doing. I mean, that's what they do. They change these small facts so you give you those better ideas, better understanding of the case, so you can explain it better. So that's the point.
Yeah. It gives you confidence, more confidence in, when you walk into court. Plus, you have the advantage. You have your power back. You have, because you know that the other side, the prosecutor, is not using radionics. They could care less. They're just there for a paycheck. They're just there to, get influence and, kiss the judge's ass and all the other stuff. And they're just there. They're not doing what you're doing. They have nothing. They have no skin in the game. They're just there to win the case. You're a number to them. You're a statistic. There's no emotional
Yes.
involvement. They don't care.
Yes, yes,
They
yes.
don't
They
care whether
don't
you
care
live
at
or
all.
die.
No, they don't care at
No.
all. And I honestly, I don't think there are too many lawyers using radionics. Uh, I think that we need it. I really think we need it. I really think we need it.
Uh,
It's must.
yeah. I mean, I've used radionics on certain legal cases for for clients inside the states, and yes, it came in their favor. It all worked out for them. And again, I've just been an outsider, just trying to help a client to get justice. That's all I wanted to do, just have them get justice. I wasn't trying to hurt anybody or whatever. I just want them to get what was owed to them. And yes, it worked out perfectly. I love it. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the law here. We're not talking about money. We're not talking about relationships. We're not talking about health. We're talking about the law, being able to control the law using radionics in your favor. And I've even used radionics on a policeman. He pulled me over for speeding. And while he was, I gave him my driver's license, I gave him my registration. He goes back to his car, to call it in, whatever. And
Okay.
I used a Radionics device and I pointed toward the car and I told me, give me a warning. You're going to give me a warning. You're going to let me go. You're going to let me go. That's all I did. I was just thinking, everything's going to be fine. You're going to let me go. All right. 3 minutes later, the cop walks back to my car, gives me my license, gives me my registration. He says, sir, please slow it down. Have a good day. Did not even give me a written warning, Jaime. I
It's
just
just a
got in the
verbal
car.
one.
Yeah, just a verbal. Said, slow it down. Have a good day. Be safe. Bye. And that was it. Nothing. I mean, and this place is a speed trap. They're known for handing out tickets. That's how they make their income. That's how they,
Yeah.
that's a moneymaker for them. And this guy lets me walk away or drive away with nothing. Everything's totally cool. And so the point of this is, yes, I personally have used radionics with law enforcement, for example, and not not trying to hurt anybody or whatever. Just let me go because it's all BS. I was going about 2 miles, no, about 12 miles over the speed limit. Whatever. But the thing is, the guy let me go. And so that's how effective radionics truly is, just in day to day, situations that are either law enforcement or law, or pertains to the law. So, but anyway, Jaime, with that said, are there any other closing thoughts? Because we're going to do a part two. And what we're going to talk about is the Rife machine. And this is going to be on the Rumble channel. And I'm going to give a link in the description for everybody. Just click it and you'll go right to Rumble. And you'll be able to watch the second half of this show. Because of, yeah, let's just say the platform that we normally use, if you talk anything about well-being or health, you can get a strike. And so to protect ourselves, we're going to have to go to Rumble. But with that said, Jaime, is there anything you want to add before we sign off and do the second part of the show?
Well, no, nothing at all. Just use the machine as I told you before. I will go for the two of these, my two babies. I will
Yes,
go
I
for the two
agree.
babies.
Yes.
Uh, and
As a
basically,
matter of yeah,
that will be how we do it.
yeah. As a matter of fact, my client, I built a war machine for my client, and I've already shipped it out to her, and that's going to be part of the used in conjunction for legal issues, and also apparently where she's at, there's a lot of abuse of animals, that kind of thing, and she wants to stop that, and she wants to go after the people who have been doing this kind of thing because she's an animal lover. And I thought, well, here you go. You got the perfect device. You can use this in a court. You can use this against people who abuse animals. So there you go. You have everything you need. So, all right, my friend, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, and I'm gonna get back to you here in a couple of minutes. Give me about 3 minutes after I sign off, and I'm gonna call you right back. Okay? All right, my
Perfect, my
friend.
friend. Bye bye.
All right, hermano. Adios.